Hello and welcome to another very special Eyeful Presentations multicast. Multi as we have both video versions and an audio podcast series available for download from our website. In this multicast, Eyeful's Simon Morton offers some sage advice in advance of the financial event of the year, Sibos, with advice, new ideas and new approaches all designed to help improve your Sibos presenting experience. This video is part 2 of 2. At the end of part 1, we left Simon talking about the different kinds of presentations that are used specifically at Sibos. Simon now introduces the third and final one.
And the final one, final sort of the three key types of presentations that we see are obviously seminar presentations. We see fewer of these because there are fewer seminars going on than sort of the number of people preparing stands and what have you. But this is probably the epitome of the presentation paradox in action. A huge amount of money has been spent in setting up the seminar, making sure that people attend, as you thankfully have done today, making sure that there's refreshments available, all of the associated costs, which you guys know better than we do. Yet all of that time and money and investment has gone to presenting often quite homemade looking slides. So again, we'd implore people to, where possible, really think about their seminar presentations. And if the culmination of all of that investment is a bunch of slides that were pulled together a couple of days before the event, you're probably not giving it quite the attention that it deserves. So I've talked a fair bit about the investment that goes into the final point where you actually stand up and make your presentation. And if you tot it all up, there's a fair amount there. Like I say, the presentation is the culmination of all of this time and money, and it needs to reflect the investment you've made. You've invested in people, you've collected data to pull together the presentation itself. You've structured it, you've designed it, you've got head office and senior management approval. There's a lot of time and money that's gone into doing that. So how do you maximize that investment? Well, one of the simplest ways of doing that is something that we call repurposing. Repurposing is quite simply brilliant. What you've done is you've created some great content in your PowerPoint slides. You've put the time and the effort into creating slides that tell your story in a compelling and engaging way, and it now sits there as a stack of presentation slides that you would then deliver in a seminar or as a one-to-one as part of one of these interactive pod presentations, or even as a rolling presentation, which is a headline grabbing, this is who we are and this is what we do. So you've done all of the hard work. It makes absolutely no sense for you to then just leave it as a bunch of slides, and once the event is over, just forget about it and move on. So what we'd strongly suggest is that you think about different ways of using that content, and indeed different ways of using that PowerPoint deck. The most obvious one is the web presentation. This, for example, this webinar that we're running now will also be available as a web presentation for those people that weren't able to make it. All we're doing there is we're taking the same content and we're just allowing ourselves to share that information through another channel. So people, even 2 years down the line, when they come to our website and do a search under Sibos and understanding our abilities within this area, will then be able to see very quickly and very easily the work that we've done here today, which is great. Also creating a PDF and then having that as perhaps a mail out afterwards. So perhaps all of the people that contacted you and visited your stand over the Sibos event, following up with an email that's the PowerPoint content but created in a more compelling way for the PDF. So by that I mean that you could introduce some voiceover to it. PDF is now actually less of a static tool and more of an interactive and multimedia tool now. So think about different ways you could do that. With PDFs you can insert video. You can really bring the PDF to life, and that's wonderful. PowerPoint itself now is very simple and easy to take that PowerPoint add some voiceover and create it as a video file. So you could post that again online, you could stick it on YouTube, you could stick it on LinkedIn, or SlideShare, or any of this content sharing, the content sharing websites that are out there that will appeal to your business audience. A tremendous and very sort of quick and easy way to share that information. And finally, podcasting. There's no reason for you not to take the content and the messaging that you've put into your PowerPoint and then respin that in a way that people can then very easily subscribe to and download as part of perhaps a Sibos themed corporate podcast that you can again make available via your website and via websites like iTunes and what have you. Repurposing doesn't have to be complex, and it certainly doesn't have to be expensive, because a lot of the blood, sweat and tears you've put into it, into your PowerPoint, all we're doing is just respinning that in a different way to get more out of that work and that investment you've put in. So repurposing is certainly an interesting one for you to consider. Now is about the time that you need to start confirming the materials that you need to pull together. If you haven't already, and undoubtedly you have, you'll need to really start thinking about some of the things that you want to integrate into your Sibos presentation packs. Who are the content owners within your business, and what should you be doing to make sure that they're giving you the right information in the right format at the right time? A week down the line, you probably want to be looking, if you are outsourcing your presentation production, making sure that the project's on track. I'm pleased as punch to say that our schedule is full of people that we're producing presentations for Sibos. It's very important that you make sure that that your guys are on top of it and delivering it, because you cannot be turning up without the content in place and fully tested. About a week before, make sure that all of the people that will touch this presentation, be it an interactive pod presentation, be it one of the seminar presentations, make sure that the people that are involved are trained and coached on how to use it. It amazes me that people will turn up still to events without really having got fully engaged with the presentation itself. Happens time and time again. 3 days beforehand, make sure you test your presentations on the various screens that you've got. Screens, sort of on your stand and in the venue, the seminar venue. Make sure that you've got all of those things covered. Screen ratios are an easy thing to trip over. So just test it. It's normally a quick tweak at the production house end to make those changes, but it's really important that you do test them, because you'll end up with egg on your face if you're not careful. And finally, the final day, just best of luck. Enjoy Sibos. It's a fantastic event, and we've always enjoyed sort of basking in the glory of those customers that we've worked with to sort of enhance their process. So the very best of luck with that. I'll open up the floor now for questions. Okay, nobody's offering any questions, which either means this was a full and comprehensive presentation, or you've all dropped off. I'm hoping it's the former. Thanks again for taking the time out to join us today. All of our contact details are there. Any questions, like I say, please do contact us. It would be lovely to hear from you. And thanks again for your time.
Simon Morden of Eyeful Presentations there, offering advice, new ideas and new approaches, all designed to help improve your Sibos presenting experience. Don't forget, there is also a podcast version of this webinar available on our website. Why not recommend this to friends and colleagues alike who can listen on the move? And if you're attending Sibos and need some presentation advice, why not get in touch? To learn more about how Eyeful can help your business achieve that wow factor, visit www.eyefulpresentations.co.uk or simply call us on 0845 056 8528. That's 0845 056 8528.
This audio was mixed by Eyeful Productions.